And we are live. Hopefully y'all can please listen. My volume's not low. Y'all hear me? Check 1 2 1 2. I know nobody's really watching right now, but I appreciate all the future comers and goers. Pause, not like that. But please feel free to hit the like button, share, subscribe. And if you don't catch the live, catch on the replay, make sure to please leave a comment. Any little help is a big thing for this channel. So make sure you leave a comment. It could be a symbol, an emoji, a little hi and bye, on your honest thoughts, opinions, critiques about, the chill out session. There's a lot of topics that have been going around lately. Whether it's like the Boston, coach who was caught having extra side affairs with another team staff member under the empire for Boston Celtics. And then there was the other issue between Adam Levine having an affair, or the lady that was a side chick came out and admitted to her saying that she was the one that hooked up with Adam Levine, but Adam Levine knowing that he's married. Shout out to Mr. Best, aka Intellectual Soapbox. He's in the building. Knowledge and Relationships. Make sure you go subscribe, hit the link, like, share to the channels at Knowledge and Relationships at the Intellectual Soapbox. PSA, we're having a show on Sunday at the Intellectual Soapbox at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that would mean Central Time, 7 Eastern, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So y'all make sure you be out there when we're on this channel over there. We'll be talking NFL, NBA, boxing, UFC. Also, you did bring up that hot topic that I was going to bring up too. They sweeping that Brett Favre thing under the rug. So anybody that doesn't know, or anybody that has caught like little details about the Brett Favre controversy, aka literally the actual illegal term of it is I can't really remember from the top, but it's like a federal offense because it's in the millions range. And yep, I already give a shout out to the sports show. But yeah, Brett Favre. So he took funds from the state where he's at, collected into the government, into the welfare system. I think of the amount approximated of $2.5 million to $2 million. I don't want you to actually quote me on that, but that's around the estimation that was checked last time. It was to build his daughter a volleyball court or whatever it is. Either volleyball or tennis court. I think it's a volleyball court though. But he built that for her, knowing the fact that it was the funds he was taking out of another funding that was meant for less fortunate people. And it was caught through via text. And I don't know or can't confirm if it was emails, but we do know that it was through text as well. And he even said in one of his messages, he said, would I get caught for something like this? And when people usually say that, you're usually not doing the right thing. So that's already an issue as it is. It was wrong. So yeah. Give me a quick second, guys. Yeah. But, it is a disrespect and a slap to the state of Mississippi, and the fact that Brett Favre, you have Wrangler jeans. I think you were sponsored by Jeep. I think you were sponsored by other trucks. I think you were sponsored also other advertisements before in the past. And on top of you being in the NFL and you have your ranch, even though you're low key, you still got like $500 million, I think, last I checked. You're arguably one of the best quarterbacks to be seen in the top 10. And you were the face of the league at some point. And Uh, I just think it's funny, right? Like certain people can get away with certain things, and it's just because of certain status, maybe who you are, who you know that can protect you, and what you can afford. Um, and that's always unfortunate because the people in the bottom are the ones that lose. Not to disrespect anybody, but I've been at the bottom. My family's been at the bottom. Come from less fortunate, and Mississippi doesn't really have water at all. It has no clean water, and you got to be careful when you drink contaminated, dirty water because you can get sicknesses, diseases, infections. That was messed up in itself. Uh, if I just hop on a little bit later in the laptop, I'll be able to pull it right now with my phone. But you know, um, it is something that's like wow, like they just let it happen. But then again, throughout history, they let things like that happen before. Flint, Michigan was one of those sad examples of what happened. And anybody who wants to look at the history of Flint, Michigan, I was taught through somebody I know, not in the YouTube streets, but outside of YouTube. They taught me that, and I was like, oh, is this happening? But then again, back in certain days, it was pretty messed up in certain times, and it was just messed up. But hey, we got the vital message produced. By the way, if y'all want to make sure you'll go support the vital message, go hit the link, like, share, and subscribe, leave a comment on vital message. Cash App, I don't know if he's probably on Discord and other platforms as well. Caduceus vital message. And yeah, show us love. You want also hit the link if you guys want to. Feel free, feel welcome. It's pinned at the top. Shout out to Princess K. Saludos, Princesa K. She says, hey guys. She says much love, support. She's also another real one. I've known her for quite some time. She's cool. And she's been I've known her. She's an interesting cat, and I got nothing but respect for her. I know we've all got to talk about certain serious things and open up and see what's going on, that's behind the scenes. And she's cool, man. She's real cool people, and she actually from Cali, and very fortunate for that. Hey, Princess K. You're welcome, bro. No problem, man. I know we had a very lengthy educational kind of like conversation, talking about your background, medical history, and your medical profession because you're in medical school and stuff, and talking about pharmaceuticals and opioids and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate that conversation, bro, because my mind is like a sponge. I'm always willing to learn and listen. And anybody that's willing to ask me questions about my background, history, and professions that I know and stuff that I've done, appreciate you for that. But no problem, bro, anytime. She says, hey, Jad, hope you've been well, brother. And thanks, Marcus, too. I know I am. I know this. I got this. And Princess K. By the way, guys, Princess K is tall. She's not short. So, letting you know. But she is willing to date shorter guys. Not no damn hobbit, though. Can't be a midget. Jay says, we're doing good, sister. Yeah. See, now I want to go back to the whole Boston Celtics thing. And the coach who got caught up with that. I think it's BS, personally. I don't think the guy should gotten suspended for having quote-unquote fun. However, there are corporate policies, and when you're dealing with a public venue of the format of the NBA, which is the National Basketball Association, anything that has to do with professional or collegiate sports and stuff like that, you have to walk a certain tightrope, and it's very conservative, viewish, or right wing, and you can't be as liberated on that kind of stuff. And there's a structure, there's professional and there's personal. And yep, I know. Marcus knows. Yep, she's right. She says, Princess K says, I don't discriminate. Yes, short men, you are loved here too. Laugh my ass off. There you go. There's a chance, guys. She's not one of those guys. She's not one of these ladies that's like, 6 feet, 6 foot, 6 abs, and 6 figures. But it helps. It is a bonus if you do have it, though. It is a bonus if you have it, Princess K. It's a plus, not a must. But you got to be on your shit though. Can't be full of shit. You can't be a liar. You got to be on your purpose. You know, women do get attracted to those things. As long as you're not a liar, you're real about it. You walk on your purpose. You focus on your shit. You also make sure you take care of your appearance too, and don't smell like a freaking Shrek troll. You know. But anyways, back to the whole thing. Like, I don't think he should be suspended, the coach of the Boston Celtics, for a year. I think maybe if he takes a step back while this issue is being handled, I think that's what should be done. But I don't think you should be suspended from being with your team for a year. Yeah, Princess K is laughing. By the way, the link is pinned at the top, so vital message, Princess K, Mr. Best, and Social Soapbox. Anybody else that wants to come up, please let me know. I'm also going to be sending the link out in a little bit. Just give me some time. And yeah, I just, you know, I guess there, and I get it. There is corporate policies. You don't shit where you sleep, right? That's the common sense. I always said it before. Men, especially guys, because I know that we're the ones with like hard rock, you know, kielbasa or sausage or a holly, and you know we can bust till we're older. But yeah, don't ever do something that can risk your check and risk your benefits of your job and stuff. It's not worth it. There's plenty of efficiency, and you know, there's other chicks out there outside, man. And if you can be as minimal as possible, you can go to a strip club if you want. You know, you don't exactly have to have that extra side stuff. You just, you know, get your little fix on without actually having to sleep with a chick. Because, you know, a lot of times these days people aren't protected, aren't safe, and the issues of, you know, catching something or getting somebody pregnant is higher than before. Yeah, give me a quick second. Yeah, and then I think that was basically the other stuff I was going to bring up. You know, the whole entertainment media right now, when we're talking about like certain TV shows, they're going very woke, very progressive, liberal type stuff, where it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, one of them is obviously Marvel's on Disney Plus, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Basically, my first, you know, initial reaction is, you know, WTF, right? I don't know what the fuck, like, but you know, it's just, you know, this agenda thing is an issue, and you know, who cares who the hell you're dating? Who cares? Like, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. So why should it's like this affirmative action of like, I don't know. It's a lot, and it's why we gotta tolerate that? We don't. Like, who cares what you ordered on a steak dinner when you went out on a date? You know, or hold on, back to what we said earlier. Princess K says, that's sound advice there, and the added con of dating at work could result in you being falsely accused for sensual harassment and misconduct if she's petty enough. True, that's exactly the point. Yeah, too. And nothing could ever actually even happen. A girl could be sometimes that traumatized from a past experience that you don't know what's in her head. You don't really know the chicks you're dealing with at work because, let's be honest, yeah, you could be at work with them for a few hours and stuff, but sometimes they can put a facade at work, and then when, you know, they're off work, you see the real them. You know, you don't know. So I'm not here to bash all the working women. No, there's good women out there, but that's not the point, though. The point is, you know, is it worth the check? Is it worth your risk? Is it worth your benefits? Is it worth what you had to go through to get the job? Now, that reputation will follow you if you do get caught up or something. And you don't really know. Some of these people could be crazy as hell. You know, you see the movie Misery or Fatal Attraction or is it My Super Hot Ex-Girlfriend, I think? You know, crazy shit, man. Protect yourself, man. Thank you. Also protect yourself, women as well. Yeah. But, you know, anyways, back to this She-Hulk thing, which, yeah, basically my banner up here. You know, they did things like twerking with Meg Thee Stallion, which Meg Thee Stallion's, and I think 2 or 3 episodes ago, it was basically one of the characters was like a shape-shifting elf or something like that, and it was technically posing as Meg Thee Stallion, and then the real Meg Thee Stallion came in, and then met up with the actual She-Hulk, and they started twerking in the office, which is like, really? The main point of people liking certain shows, specifically comic-based shows, is we got the story, we have the character, we have their attributes, a little bit of their history, like growing up or something, who they are, and then you have the villain. You know, like the beginning, middle, and end, condensed plot. But yeah, you know, Marvel was in this stage, I think, with Phase 5, and it's just like really, you're basically just treating us like a side hoe. You're treating us like a side hoe. Battle message. That sounds terrible. And OGIT 1917 says, "Sup, Marcus? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you." He says, "Sounds like the writers are the villain." Basically, bottom message. Yeah, I saw that. It was, I really don't have words shake my head since Princess K. You know, I appreciate again everyone that stopped here, stopping by. OGIT 1917, bottom message, Princess K, Intellectual Soulbox, anybody else who's coming through the door. I appreciate y'all. I respect y'all, and much more. Love y'all. Be safe out there. But yeah, like you have that twerking scene, and then you have this other scene in this latest episode where it's just like, you know, then you have her Tinder dating. You have her, like, this basically became like a rom-com type of like cheesy like show, one-liner, and it's not exactly what it was meant that to be. Yeah, so much potential, because you had Emil Blonsky, the actor who portrayed him in 2008's like Incredible Hulk, and you had him and you brought him back, which I think was obviously probably one of the best parts of the show, but then you had him in the back end, and I think you know, he had him, and you had Mark Ruffalo in his Hulk form as Smart Hulk, or Professor Hulk, whatever you want to call him. Says OGIT, and I say, what's the current PFP? I don't know what that means, but yeah, you know, it's like, you know, you had that moment, then you have, I guess, a lot of this wokeism, this affirmative wokeism, and it's to pander to certain demographics and certain, I guess, communities, if you know what I mean, the ones that are, I don't know whether it's rainbow or this feminism type stuff, but no shame to y'all, but you know, it's just okay. I appreciate it, Princess K. Yeah, profile pic. Man, she may be wrong. That's fair too. See, this is why I like Princess K. She's willing to admit if she is potentially wrong, which is what I do too sometimes. And you know, she's a keeper, guys. So, bottom message says, "Yep, yeah." So you're right, Princess K. There you go, double points for you. But yeah, there's that show, right? There's another show that kind of did a little bit of the active wokeism for a little bit, and kind of part of their storyline was in Mayans MC. So I don't know whoever y'all know what Mayans is. Mayans MC is basically in the universe of Sons of Anarchy, 4 or 5 years after Jackson Teller, ends up, being deleted at the end, self-deleted at the end of his own show. And they did a part for the community representation, whatever it was, and yeah, so there's that part, and it's just, it is what it is. Certain shows are doing that. I know they have like the Andor show, which is basically Cash and Andor from Rogue One. I guess this is, spoiler alert, who hasn't seen it, it's been out for like 6 years. But Diego Luna, who is best known for Y Tu Mamá También, which is a Spanish actor and a Mexican actor, and that movie that, especially with young guys, it helped them through certain times, if you know what I mean. He was in that movie. He also starred in Narcos Mexico, which he played Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, which was the crime lord of the first Mexican cartel. People loved him for that. He was there for a couple seasons. Hold on. Princess K says, it isn't shit. I expected more from She-Hulk. That was like watching Meg in real life. Yep, well, you're not alone and you're not the only one, Princess K. But maybe it's attributed to her terrible acting skills combined with the smart people that wrote the script. Yeah, I said that before. I did say that, just like an example, Captain Marvel. I know that Brie Larson she has actually a couple good movies that I actually can stand to see her in. But I think what happens is her personal attitude, her outside of the cameras, she's not exactly the most easiest person to get along with. I know the Avengers cast, like Chris Hemsworth, Don Cheadle, among others, they don't rock with her like that, and it's because she just came in thinking she was this and that, and her attitude, and just because she thought she was casting it, she made it. But you forget where you came from, sis. Like, yeah, I knew you from 21 Jump Street. Yeah, I knew you from, like, I think there was another movie before that. I think it was like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I could be wrong. I know there was that movie, and then there was like The Room. She got an Oscar for that, I think, nomination. I think she won. There is that. And that was just her attitude, and then the writers and the direction they were going for Captain Marvel didn't make sense for that movie. It came out like 3.5 years ago. It was before Endgame came out. Princess K says, I agree. Yo, another great content creator who was in the building. If he's still here, Primal Studies. Great channel. Very intellectual person, very smart. Shout out to you. Also a veteran, former captain in the Army. He's in the medical field. Great guy. Primal Studies. And he usually has his streams on the weekends. Sometimes during the week. But usually it's like a Saturday, Sunday type thing. In the evening, afternoonish. Good guy. Great father. Much respect to him. Catch him over there. You make sure you hit the link, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment for Primal Studies. And yeah, Vital Message, correct, right? So I had already named a couple movies like Room, 21 Jump Street. I actually liked her in Kong Skull Island. I liked her for her role for what it was. It was perfect, I think, in that regard. It's just her attitude and it's her snobbiness. And this is the thing too. She's actually, when I saw her host that Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of those two talk shows, and she was rocking that little, blazer types, thing. She had her, features kind of hanging out, very attractive at certain points, But overall, El Stiffo. Brie Larson is unlikable, but his talent, the script made her look bad. Agreed. And then Primal Studies says, thanks, bro. Hey, man. Thanks to you, and shout out to you, bro. Yeah, I'm always up for, like, intellectual, intelligent conversations and stuff that I can learn. And they have questions for me, I can ask them to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm also willing to say I don't know, and I say sometimes, maybe get it from a better source than me, because I'm not the only source, you know, and there's always going to be someone out there bigger, badder, and better, you know. But yeah, aka quote unquote primal study knows this, but ladies, he specifically likes to be called Zaddy. But yeah, other than that, yeah, back to these shows though, because I know they've been having this traction to do this kind of stuff lately, and I'm thinking like, okay, so now that we're already here at this certain point of the finish line, where do we go from here? Do we still keep going down the rabbit's hole, this snowball effect of, hey, you know, we do this already, so we hit the wall on that part, quote unquote, the wall, right? So is this where it ends, or do we go going on a circus, you know, snowball effect, or, you know, because now we're adding these whole pronouns and these like affirmative action and this like agenda and this wokeism and feminism, and then we got like rainbow community, we have pronouns, we can't, certain buzzwords we can't even say. Freedom of speech has never really been freedom of speech anymore, so yeah, it's primal studies is laughing. Princess K2 laughed my ass off. Yep. Yeah, but you know, I want to thank all the viewers again, real quick. I want to thank y'all for, please, if you haven't hit the like button, also make sure you hit the link, like, share, subscribe. Also make sure that I have the StreamYard link up there too, right here. Yeah, but you know, that's the thing that I was saying earlier about these shows and movies. Marvel is an example of it, where it's kind of going a little haywire depending on the movie and the show. For certain shows it hit, certain shows didn't. For some people, there's for more, there's for less. You know, and it was funny because like in one of the scenes in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, there's a scene where in the version of another universe, it's Captain Carter, aka Captain Britain, but she basically says the same line that Steve Rogers says. She says, "I can do this all day." Bullshit, you can't, because 2 seconds later she gets spliced in half by her own shield from Scarlet Witch, aka Scarlet Bitch. Yeah, that's her name though. When she gets pissed off, it's no longer Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Bitch. But you know, it's just, you know. Also, Princess K, if you have a channel too, make sure you shout it out in the chat. Shout out to Princess K if she does have a chat too. But yeah, you know, and then we can also talk about positive things too, right? Talk about positive things for the most part. But this NFL season has actually been pretty dope so far for the last couple weeks. One of the most, she did get sliced. Yep. Exactly right. Yeah. But, you know, yeah, NFL has been great. I know that the NBA offseason isn't like what it's up to be right now. You have UFC right now. You had Diaz leave, but he's also already in talks with Bellator, which he's obviously probably going to get signed, get a more cash grab deal for them, because Bellator tends to pay them a bit more, better benefits. Also, boxing. You had Triple G, and you had Canelo. I already said it, and people around the world that obviously have common sense and at least a little brain can understand that the first fight between them, it was clearly Triple G's fight, but he got robbed, disrespected. Triple G got disrespected and robbed. Then you had the second fight, which people said, I'm okay with it either being a split decision for Canelo or ending in a draw. And then you have this last fight, which a lot of people are saying that, you know, he actually did lose the fight fair and square, and that Triple G looked like his age, right? Rusty. Well, not rusty, but just his age, you know. He was still holding it down. I think he won 5 out of the 7 rounds, out of the 12 rounds. They went the distance. Um, you know, and then you have and back to the UFC though. You had Kevin Holland retire. You had Jose Aldo retire. Um, Jose Aldo and you know, he's been known as a featherweight king, one of the goats. He was undefeated for like 10 years. Much respect to him, what he did for the sport. He's from Brazil, and he's to be respected. Obviously, you know, ever since he got KO'd quickly from Conor McGregor in like 10 seconds or 11 seconds, that was ever since then it was different. But he still held his own after, and he got the belt back for a bit after Conor went up in weight class. But yeah, he's done, and Kevin Holland has done too, because they were kind of mistreating him, disrespecting him for a bit, and he was originally supposed to fight Daniel Rodriguez, but because of the altercation that Hamzat had with him backstage, Hamzat had with somebody else, you know, it was just a big old clusterfuck, and then that happened, and they switched the fight, and so it was Hamzat versus Kevin Holland, and it was Daniel Rodriguez versus So Young Don, I believe, or So Xiao Long or something. I'm botching the shit out of his name, and I'm so sorry, and I apologize for that. But I know it's So Young Dong or So Young Fa Long, something like that. Princess K and Jay are probably gonna laugh at me in the back end because they know more about Asian culture than I do. But fuck y'all. Yeah, but yeah, wow, I was right, Princess K. Wow, I was right. Yeah, and then it was Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson. But Nate Diaz was originally supposed to fight Hamza Chimaev. Because of that, like I said earlier, that bullshit fiasco that happened a day or two prior, they just wanted to make a major swap, which I don't think has ever been done. At least since my years that I've seen it, for the most part. Maybe it's happened once or twice on like 24, 36 hours notice, or 48 hours, but for to do it like that, but I get it, maybe it might fill in the seats more, but the place was already sold out, so, you know. And then I remember Daniel Rodriguez and Neil Magny are set to fight in like 22 days or so, or 23 days. So, and I remember Kevin Holland telling that to Dana White, or at least to the UFC in this regard, saying, hey, like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's the issue? Like, and so he decided to retire, you know, which is fair. And in boxing, I think the fights that everybody wants to see is basically in a mixture of things. Teofimo Lopez, Cambozas, maybe. No, not really Cambozas. But Teofimo, Devin, Tank, Ryan, you know. And then if you go heavier into the 45s and 50s, you go to Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, Terrence Bud Crawford. And then you got, and then you go into the heavier fighting sections, which is in the 170, 160, yeah, give or take that weight range, where it's David Benavidez, and you know, he wants to fight Canelo. I think Canelo keeps ignoring him, or if he doesn't, he just doesn't care. Maybe there's not enough money behind him, the promotion, the sponsorship, pay-per-view. But you know, David Benavidez looks like he's the next big thing. It is a shame to see Triple G the way he went out right there. I don't want to see him like that, because I think this should only be his first loss, which is against Canelo. But it is what it is. That trilogy should have been 1-1-1. So one win for each side and then a draw, and that's it. But it is what it is. And as far as the heavyweights go, you do have Usyk and Fury. Then you have like Joshua, then you have Ruiz, then you have Deontay Wilder. Those are usually the 5 main fights. But I don't know why Joshua because he's already lost like 2 fights. He lost to Ruiz and he lost to Usyk. So, what makes you think you have a chance against Tyson Fury if that's the case? And Fury is better than Ruiz, Usyk, and obviously Joshua. But then again, I gotta give respect to Joshua for accepting the fight, not running and ducking from the fight, and yeah, but he's more. That's the problem with Joshua. He's more of that like brawler with a muscular body, I guess, because aesthetically he's in shape, but that's not gonna get you far if you're not like a chess player. His boxing is chess, so it is what it is. But in the meantime, let me take a bit of a pause real quick, and I'll get back to you guys like in 2 minutes, like about a minute or so. In the meantime, just listen to the music in the background for a little bit, and I'll be right back. AKA intermission. Shout out to Princess K. LOL being here. I appreciate that, Princess K. And she says, this is the perfect track for a fighting game. Yeah, maybe like some Dead or Alive. Maybe some Tekken maybe, or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit of a modern Street Fighter. But let me just get back real quick to starting trying to send out the stream link to other people. Let me highlight the stream link again. Please feel free to type it in or copy and paste it up on the top. But yeah, I do want to say I appreciate again everybody that's been here so far, rocking out with us. You could be somewhere else, but I respect y'all and I appreciate y'all for that. And Jay Takashi appreciates that, so I'll be right back. Yeah, and then also make sure Princess K says, yeah, like an Asian inspired game due to the elements in the music. Yep, facts. Also, we got Jedi Mike in the building. Anybody who doesn't know, who hasn't followed, who hasn't subscribed, who hasn't liked, who hasn't commented, who hasn't reviewed his channel, he does media, news, movie reviews, series reviews. He's also part of the film review board. Or if I'm saying it right. Maybe hopefully Jedi don't wring my neck for that, but he's a film critic. He's actually authentic. Literally. Authentic blue check mark type stuff. You know. He is about to graduate. I know he was crying like an SOB about it, but you know, he's one of those cats that's really respected. He has a strong head on his shoulders. You know, he's a really good dude, man. East Coast cat. Well, technically he's from the West Coast, San Diego area, but moved to the East Coast and betrayed us years ago when he was a little child. But we forgive him. We give him a pass for that, you know. Also, you know, but make sure you hit the link, like, share, subscribe to Jedi Mike 7 and his channel, please. Make sure you do that. Also leave a comment after if you miss one of his lives. It's dope to check out his content. And his live streams sometimes are dope as hell for the most part. I think they're cool. I think they're great. Princess K also showing you love too, Jedi. Let me re-click the link, but yeah, you know. So the link is up there. Remember, https://streamyard.com/66yffy8qw8. Princess K says, oh wow, congratulations on your graduation, Jedi Mike. Continued success for your future endeavors as a graduate. There you go, see? And he's a fraternity guy. You know what that means? Connections. But you know, and back to the whole task at hand. Yeah, so a lot of this like wokeism in this media that we like to call TV shows, films, movies, in the music too, is just to a point where some people are saying they're tired of it. Enough. You're scrapping up the originality of a story, of a film arc, and you know, comic arc or a character arc, and you're kind of pulling away from it to fit the agenda. So it's just focus on the original source material at hand, is what I'm saying. You know? She said more than shake my head. Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's just ridiculous after a while. But anyways, yeah, no, I was talking about sport. I was kind of all over the place right now. It's just where I'm at right now. I know Takashi lived with the Marcus stream, but you know, if we don't get people jumping up on the panel, I don't mind cutting it short, just because I know I don't like to hear myself talk a lot of times, especially towards myself. And I appreciate the viewers that are here. I don't care if it's 3 or 30 or 30,000 or 300,000 or 3 million. I appreciate it, because what may be small to somebody will be big to another. Jedi Mike says, hope you're doing well, brother. Yeah, I appreciate it too, bro. I hope you're doing good too, man. I know you went through some stuff. I know your friend went through some stuff a while back. It sucks and it's tough, but you know, I hear you're doing your thing still, and I see from afar certain Insta shorts and your stories and stuff, and you know, we got a lot of good stuff coming up though, as far as content. It's not even being sports related, because I know like some people are into the Game of Thrones prequel show, other people are into Andor, other people are into the Rings of Power. And then you have like other like people are waiting for Stranger Things. Other people are waiting for the Boys to come back already after the recent season. Um, you know, and a lot of the good shows I think are gone for the most part that I would be into, that I would watch. And it's just it's just the shows of the old aren't what they used to be, and so now we're into this newer I guess references. But there's also the new shows that are coming up too, like Loki season 2. Loki season 2 is good, and then it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. And you have What If season 2 of Marvel. Anybody who hasn't seen the first season, of What If, go watch it, as well as Loki. Also, there was another show that I forgot to mention too. Damn it! I hate when that shit happens. Yeah, I want to say I would, but I don't have anything to say. Princess K, it don't matter whether you want to stay in the chat or whether you want to be the panel. Anything that you contribute to is much appreciated and respected. So, again, I also want to give a shout out real quick to Wealth Talk Productions, or some of you people I know, Wally. Says salute. She says Marcus, you're the only German lover. Anybody in the chat, please block Wealth Talk Productions. He sounds like a bitter old man, basically saying who hurt you. And he married a bottle of Jergens, or AKA Great Value Lotion. That's what he did. He also says, salute to the chat. Appreciate that. But still, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, Princess K is laughing. And even Wally's laughing. Well, who needs you, man? Princess K, what's wrong with Jergens? I don't think nothing's wrong, especially if it's like a good avocado base, maybe cocoa butter and lotion. Stereotypical as they might sound, but it's truth. There's truth in that. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And yeah, so and Princess K, not that nothing's wrong with Jergens, just how many times you're using it, how much money you're spending to keep buying a new bottle. That's what would be the issue. Forget the Kleenex, forget the towels, forget all that kind of bullshit. Then Wally says, Princess K, nothing wrong, we just jiving. Yes, well, get your jive turkey ass up on this panel, Wally. Stop being a capital pussy. And click the link. Princess K says, I got you, LOL. Yeah. Again, it depends on where you live and how much it costs. Yeah. I said, step off on cocoa butter trick. Princess K says, LOL, JK. Yeah. But yeah, also, I just want to make sure I hear your guys' thoughts in the chat. I appreciate all you again. If you have any suggestions, critiques, opinions, for any other just possible free-for-all entertainment or trigger that y'all have on something, feel free to discuss it. And we got somebody very cool in the building. We got the Gray Pill Podcast, Alabama and Jersey's own. I'm gonna say it one more time, the Gray Pill Podcast. Salute to the channel panel, he says. Yeah. Anybody who hasn't seen his content yet, please make sure you hit the link, you like, you share, you subscribe to his channel. Also helps the algorithm when you leave a comment down there. But he's like another one of those panels where it's you know, your time up there is going to be respected, and you're not going to be, for the most part, you're not going to be cut off, you know. And I do want to say I appreciate that. And he always has good topics. He's always willing to listen to the people, whether they're a panelist, a first-time guest, or someone in the chat that does a suggestion for a topic. Remember the last time I asked him for one, I just popped it up as a recommendation, and it was, you know, RV Wade. You know how that goes. But let me do real quick. Princess K says, salute to the Great Pill Podcast. Great Pill Podcast says, hey, Great Princess K, how are you? Weed lady. How are we, lady? You know, yeah, so. Yeah, so then again, I also just, the link is right here. Again, and I just want to say I appreciate y'all again. So she says, I'm awesome. 15 pounds lighter, of body, skin, and hair, and no complaints. GP Podcast. How are you? Interesting. But yeah, you know, and I think one of the things that I haven't heard people talk enough about is the new Hellraiser. And a lot of people don't understand that the actual originality of having this feature was actually supposed to be more feminine in that way. And that was pretty crazy, you know. But Great Pill Podcast also made a comment. He said, Princess K, LOL, not too thin though. Me liking large petite. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Great Pill Podcast. You can't be skinny as a box of twigs, you know. You can start a fire. You rub those wood sticks too, you know, hard against each other. But I do like a girl, specifically Latina and, you know, a lot of the black women, you know. Y'all are very known to have very beautiful, curvy bodies. You know, just don't look like, you know, melted ice cream. But, you know, Griffith says, glad you're healthier, mind, body, and spirit. Absolutely. That's always important. The three or four main components to being good within yourself, existentially and internally. Griffith Podcast says, LOL to me. Yeah, man. It's just like I didn't have a license in high school, so for the most part. And then, you know, just it is what it is, man. But I want to go back to the comment real quick. Princess K says, no, that's the smallest I can go. The thing about being a tall woman, I look thin if I lose too much. I still have my curves always. The Great Podcast. Great Pill comes back and says, I enjoy watching women that like to eat. So ladies and gentlemen, GP obviously likes ASMR. So that's just I guess an assumption, so I could be wrong. But certain people like to, you know, watch the whole ASMR, which I ain't judging you. It's your thing. I'm more of a hot ones, or, you know, ones to taste it for the first time. But some people like a different approach, and that's fine too. That's what makes you different. That's the quote unquote gray area, not so black and white, you know. And you know, sometimes he might want you, sometimes he might want something else. And Princess K Greenville says, good deal. Says, ooh, mukbangs, ASMR are so much fun. I think the mukbangs. I think what makes them interesting also depends on the content creator. Is because you can go into a full conversation about something. It could be a certain topic or a plethora. Especially the longer videos they are, the more they could tend to talk about certain things, or their take on a personal review or media of current news. So that's interesting in itself. But yeah, you know. LOL, Marcus. No, sir. I like to cook. The woman I cook for. Oh, so little Jacques Cousteau, Rico Suave over here. Yeah, ladies, don't worry. Speaking of Grey Pill, because I know you like to cook a lot of the manly meat, so AKA pause the steaks and stuff. I just cooked me some steak yesterday, and I had enough for seconds today. Cook some steaks to the side of, white rice, and then some vegetables on the side. And I appreciate it. Bro. You're a cool cat. I made my steaks medium well done though, and I did a little bit of seasonings. Some bell pepper, some red pepper, some onions, black pepper. I added a little bit of the minced garlic, a little bit of seasoning salt, some black pepper as well, and I can't remember the other seasoning that I used, but it was a light one. I think maybe it could have been parsley or something like that too. But I used that. Quote. This Princess K says, I've been told to do it by a few friends. At least sing lullabies and stuff in ASMR. It's therapy for some. Absolutely. And for others, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I don't want to hear you jaw jacking and shit. Princess K, you should just be doing that. Great Pill says, okay, I made spring rolls yesterday. Great Pill podcast. Yummy. I like, Alright, so my question is, are spring rolls just vegetables? So just veggies in the middle? Or can it contain, chicken or pork or something in it? Is that what technically makes it a spring roll? Because it just has veggies? Is that what it is? Plus, Breaking Up Podcast, you sound bougie. Princess K says, you guys are fancy. I just made chicken and dumplings. That's really good too. That fits the spot. Oh, shout out to you. Did you actually use seasoning though, Princess K, or did you just leave it bland? Did you rub a rosemary leaf over the chicken stuff? But I know some people tend to do some shit like that. You're just rubbing a dead ass leaf. Grip Up Podcast says it could be anything: beef, chicken, or shrimp. Wonder if there can be a combination, like a surf and turf in the roll. Just imagine that shit. Is that healthy? Either way, that shit sounds good as fuck. The Great Pill Podcast. She said she black. She better have some season. Right. But some people they tend to watch maybe their cholesterol. Maybe they're type 2 diabetic, and they don't want to add certain things. Others have maybe a different taste. Others have a weird taste. Others have a spicy taste. Others have a sweet taste. I like to have between a spicy and or mild, medium, average, known spice, kind of like barbecue sauce. That's the good thing about barbecue sauce. There's sauces that are kind of barbecue that are spicy. There's barbecue sauces that are more sweet. There's some that are in the middle. So there's that. Princess K, my family is from Texas and Louisiana. Let that be the answer on whether I use seasoning or not. Fair enough. Say less. And Grip Up Podcast, he answered my other statement earlier. Yes, Marcus, it can be. Yum, yum, yum. Probably make some of those. I'll probably ask my girl, see if she can do those too. There's a thing called healthy seasonings. Hot sauce has 0 calories. True, hot sauce does have 0 calories, but you also gotta be mindful of certain hot sauces that contain high sodium. You gotta be careful of that. That is true though. Um, Red pill. Uh, and then Princess K says there's a way to cook flavorful meals without using too much salt. You just need to know your herbs and how to use them. Right. So for anybody that doesn't know, I am Hispanic, I'm Mexican descent, and Native American. And I know my mother would always like to prep and boil like certain vegetables to make her sauces, especially homemade salsa or homemade spices. Hold on. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically what my mother would do, and then I learned it from her, learned it from watching her. I learned that my dad knew a few things too. But you know, you can boil them and then blend them, or you can chop them up and then like smash them and then make them more juicy or more fresh. And they're in a cool substance, but still spicy. And then Princess K says, "There's a way to cook flavorful meals without using too much salt. You just need to know your herbs and how to use them." I think I just read that earlier, but she is right about that too. But yeah, you know, it's all about the types of chilies you buy: chile serrano, jalapeno, habanero, chipotle. So, you know, then you have like the bell peppers there. It's always good to cook on a skillet or a grill, along with the onions and the purple or the green onion stuff with the stems on it. Yeah, so there's those kind of things like that. Try to link you see go. At the Latino grocery stores, I like the preseason. Yeah, I get what you mean, Grey Pill. I do get what you mean. It's just that sometimes some of those are a little too salty, maybe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but when I used to go to Cardenas and stuff, it's just like, and I go from time to time. That's the one thing too that people need to notice and take time is when you actually go to get your meats and stuff. Great Pill says, Wally, are you gonna hop on and talk, or are you just not gonna say nothing and hop on? That is true. Wally doesn't do that. You know what? But you know why, Great Pill? You're too busy with that Jergen, son, or that Johnson and Johnson. I eat bell peppers like if they're fries. That's always good, Princess K. That's a perfect comment. Yep. Let me put the HTTPS / I am dropping the link, but hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. So there you go. I have dropped the I did drop the link in the chat. Let me read a couple of the chats real quick though. Princess K, a lot of calories being burnt off. Graveville says to Princess K. Says be friends with your local butcher folks. If you charm them well enough, they'll give you the best cuts. You heard that? But you know what it is? Rest in your femininity, ladies. Manage your talking points. You gotta make sure you rest in your femininity. No pun intended. You can feed your man in the belly with that, cold cuts, no matter what it takes. Wally says to Grateful, I wouldn't get on if I didn't ask you the link. I need to adopt that in my life. He says, Wally, okay, sir. LOL. I remember that. The streamer link is up, guys, by the way. Yeah. And then Prince K says, the Grateful podcast, true. I've always loved raw veggies. It's my ultimate snack choice beyond stovetop popcorn. And Grateful says, facts. Okay. None of this, enough of this veganism, though. I don't like where this is going. JK. Oh man, guess who's here? Guess who's in the building? Oh my god, if it ain't the Commandeer, Commander, 4-star General of Jurgens and Johnson, Mr. Wally, aka Will Talk Productions.
You're the only Jurgen general lover that I know.
Shut up, you sound like you bobbling for Baba. You got Baba on the side of your lips right now. You got saliva on that shit. Please, this is what happens. Listen, I literally have this chance to have people up on a panel. And what does this guy do? He literally attacks me with his Johnson & Johnson he has in his freaking hands. And then he got that under some Cricket Wireless Boost Mobile Radio Dinosaur Shack Jurassic Park type bullshit.
Keep talking shit. Greetings, Princess.
Princess K. Venus. I wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare veganism, Princess K? Greetings, Wally. Well, what's up with you, you degenerate? AKA, what's up, Wally?
What you got?
Oh, no, I was just talking like random, like miscellaneous stuff, you know, like the shows and stuff, like this active wokeism, you know, and like feminism and you know, appealing to a certain community or demographic, affirmative action, you know, instead of just sticking to the comic source for what it is. You want to change and switch it up, the storyline, the plot line, stuff like that, just to fit a narrative, you know. And and then we were talking about like what happened with Boston and the head coach for the Celtics.
Yeah.
We talked about Adam Levine, the singer from Maroon 5, and how the side chick or the hookup chick came out and straight up says some stuff, and instead of keeping her mouth closed, wanted to say something. Princess K says, me and Chicken have been in a relationship for years, so I'm loyal. Yeah. You know, well, we talked about that, and then we talked about I can't remember like a third topic what it was, but it was like, oh, Brett Favre and what he did with the money. Stealing money from the Mississippi, and you know how Mississippi doesn't have even clean water to be able to feed the people there.
That's crazy.
And the fact that he did it under a general like government funding that was meant for lesser fortunate people, that was messed up in itself, because he's supposed to be like a multi-millionaire, been sponsored, the face of Wrangler jeans, and probably like
that, right?
yeah, and I think at some point he was sponsored by certain trucks and like either Ford or Jeep or something, and like maybe Dodge or something. And then not to mention, he was the face of the league for a few years, back in the day. Because I think he won like 4 MVPs and like a couple Super Bowls. But yeah, that was, that's Brett Favre for you. But
Yep.
yeah, and then I was talking about like the UFC, people that left, people that got out of their contract, people that retired. Jose Aldo retired.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Kevin Holland retired like today. Because of bullshit with his schedule. What's up?
What weight class was that person in? Kevin who?
Kevin Holland. He was in middleweight and welterweight.
He retired? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was the guy who, remember, he fought during the pandemic. He fought 5 times in that year.
Oh, wow.
And he was literally undefeated for like literally all of them, I think. Yeah, because I think he was originally part of Dana White's either Contender Series or Ultimate Fighter, one of those two. I think that's where he got his name and shine from. If not, I could be wrong. And they just added him. But he stepped up, and after his loss to Hamzat, the guy that he was originally going to fight, Daniel Rodriguez, Kevin Holland, ends up getting a scheduled fight 3 weeks after, the same night he fought Hamzat, with Neil Magny. So Daniel Rodriguez is supposed to fight Neil Magny October 15th. That was an issue in itself. So that's why he went and go post. Really, like, this is what I was supposed to be fighting. But obviously the issue that happened behind the scenes where Hamzat got in a scuffle with Nate Diaz, and also he got in a physical altercation with Kevin Holland, because originally it was supposed to be Nate Diaz versus Hamzat, but then that changed, and that, I don't think that's ever really happened in the history of UFC pay-per-view events. For the most part, right? Unless it was like a call-in and say, hey, we need somebody to fight in or something. But other than that, I've never really seen the UFC pay-per-view switch like that to, swap fighters in between fights. Wally.
Right. So that so here's one. Have you heard about? So I've been hearing about Nate Diaz and Scott Coker. He's actually been in talks with Nate Diaz about him joining Bellator. Have you heard about that one?
Yeah. So Scott Coker. I remember he literally talked to somebody. I can't remember if it was live on a podcast or to a news article, sports media. It's either usually be sports media, but he was saying how like that's the opportunity because Nate Diaz, I guess Bellator is under the same pay-per-view and promotion that the boxers do for like YouTube and stuff, right? Like right. Jake Paul is fighting Anderson Silva, which I hope Anderson Silva beats him. But if on the off chance that Jake wins by split decision or something, I could see them setting that up because of the fact that Bellator is under the same promotion and pay-per-view with that type of, like, I call it kind of like celebrity / exhibition boxing, So I think that's why they want to lean towards buying him if they have the money, but that's if they have the money to be able to afford it. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because I know Bellator likes to mix it up these days, so if they do that, that'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, they are known for that. They're known for mixing it up, like you said, and keeping it entertaining.
Look at One Fighting Champions, right? They have like pretty much like everything. They have the MMA, they have the Muay Thai, they have the boxing. I believe they have also Thai boxing, or neither they actually have some boxing, one or the other. But they really blended it up to the point they give you a little bit of everything. So it's like that's competitive enough, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys are out here literally competing in multiple ways, more than just one. So either which way, you got something to work with every time you go around.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what they're known for. I think that's why Bellator has always had a kind of like a beneficial route with the fighters because the fighters do get paid more, and there's more incentives towards fighting in either Bellator or one championship or another promotion like PFL.
Right. Especially since they also have so they let you get the sponsorship. So that's another thing too. That's another added boost.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the fighters want to make sure they have enough money for themselves when they retire, and their family members too. So,
right,
especially their immediate family.
Right, because when you start hearing about all those money engagements and everything else of those natures, and all that they have to literally drop cash for, it's crazy because the fighting agencies, their bills, and and anything else, that takes a big cut out of everything they have. So it's like crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like Bellator has been around for a bit too, and I everybody says, oh, that's where all the former UFC stars died and dwindled down, but I've seen plenty of former UFC stars that lived up to the expectations on Bellator and they delivered. It's just that it's not on the same viewer component.
My thing is, this is my thing, right? Because if it's neither, like, if you've been in the UFC and then you left and you're fighting somewhere else, like morally so of Bellator or neither one's fighting champions, that's where the level cap is, right? Yeah. That's the level cap for your success. Because it goes to show you, like, yeah, you're mid-tier, but when it came to here, you just didn't hit the trigger. You wasn't able to hit the trigger. So it's like you're able to hit the trigger there, but not there, not here. And most of those guys are pretty brand new to the point they're not overall the je ne sais quoi of the new generation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what it comes down to it. Grey Pill says, Princess K, have you seen She-Hulk yet? And Grey Pill podcast, but it's also pretty good. I'm gonna say this. I don't know this Grey Pill podcast anymore because he made that assumption that it's an actual decent show. So yeah, I don't know this guy. Just kidding. No, I think She-Hulk is trash. I think overall it's trash. It's not like good what it's out to be. I don't know if Wally agrees with me or he agrees more with Grey Pill.
This that one moment of the whole what's her freaking face? Meg the Stallion and the whole
they're twerking
shit. That would just it was just out of line. But of course we already know that's pandering. But as far as for She-Hulk, I mean, it's a TV series, so my thing is there's a part where she's quote unquote learning her abilities and learning her new quote unquote status of power and everything. And then of course it's also built. I mean, honestly, the way I look at it is like this is just building up to the big boy movie series of it all, right? Of her being in the big box of movies, right? We're gonna do the little trailer, beginning stories, and all that. And we're gonna build up to this being a more of a bigger thing. But we just want to quote unquote give this to the masses just a little bit to make this more relatable. And I guess from that point, that's how I look at it and take it, and that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good, honest critique. I will say this real quick, because we have somebody in the back. We want to welcome my other favorite Caucasian man. He's the king of quote unquote Georgia. Really respected, really good chap, good lad, and a vet, and served in the armed forces. Currently, he still is. Wes in the building. Life lived out of order. What's up, Wes?
That's right. Didn't know it showed that in the background.
Yeah, you got it. So, Wes, what do you want to contribute to the conversation, brother?
Yeah, She-Hulk is trash.
Agreed.
Who could defend? Oh my good! Look,
the only part that we're waiting for is Daredevil. That's it. That's all I'm waiting for.
But see, that's the whole point.
That's going to be the biggest letdown. because Daredevil was freaking awesome. And now Disney has it. Disney only brought in the Daredevil because we liked it so much. We're like, okay, well, let's regurgitate this. And they're going to destroy him.
I can't say no or yes to that statement.
We can just hope and a prayer, man. Keep our fingers crossed.
All I can say is, hopefully, when he comes in, it's a start of a good sequence to saying what part does he plays in and what hidden scenery are we going to get into where we actually look at him being in neither the shows or the movies, one or the other. Because, of course, this all plays and ties into a part somewhere in the timeline.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. There's a few things that we're really been wanting to get out about She-Hulk. So, they turned She-Hulk into a sitcom, right? This is what they're trying to do. And personally, I'm okay with a Marvel sitcom at this point. With everything else they're producing, I would be okay with the sitcom. And I'm okay with the crappy CGI. They're dumping a lot of money into this. I'm okay if the CGI is a little lacking. That's not my biggest concern. My concern is there really is no story or script or rhyme or reason to any of this nonsense. You put a bunch of women in the room and said, okay, write something. And they just continue to dump out absolute garbage that, none of them actually know anything about She-Hulk, Marvel series, or any of that. And they put the She-Hulk twerking scene in there as like some sort of sign of feminism. Like they do all this to try and they keep saying women should not be sexualized at work. So why are you twerking at work? I've never seen women twerk at work, and if they do, that would be an issue because that's overtly sexual. So this is, oh my goodness. They seem to operate off this mindset, like a lot of these Marvel shows, and even that last season of Iron Fist on Netflix. There's no harm in creating a strong female character. Look at Black Widow and the other female characters previously in Marvel. They were strong female characters. But then this feminism doesn't actually raise women up. What does it do? It destroys men to make women appear like they've been raised up. Because they totally could have created a strong female character here without having to character assassinate all the males in there. But they couldn't figure that out.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Good point, Wes. That's the point that I made earlier.
They don't,
on other streams.
They don't even write female problems correctly. Think about it.
Yeah.
A group of female writers cannot even accurately define female problems.
Yeah.
So Jennifer Walters is in a bar, like she looks like she got roughed up pretty bad, and a bunch of I guess you can call them ladies of the night. I mean, that's kind of how they present themselves.
Certified street strollers.
Walk in and just say, "You can't let a man do that," and they put makeup all over the dirt, and it's like, that's gone beyond believable sitcom status.
Yeah, let me just read a couple of these chats real quick, then continue the conversation, gents. The Great Pill said, the first episode made sense. Princess K says in replies, I did see it. Great Pill Podcast, I didn't like what I've seen so far. Maybe it'll get better. And no, I did not.
No.
Great Pill Podcast says, I doubt it.
Can you imagine making up the herpes and be like, well, maybe it'll get better?
Right. It's like, nah. The only thing that's coming from it after is crabs and like chlamydia. That's usually what follows up after, Princess K says, laughing her ass off. At least I was trying to be nice. See, that's the problem. A lot of girls try to do this. No shade to you, Princess K. Respect to you. Stop trying to be nice. Be a harsh critic. Be a fucking harsh critic. It'll teach people to actually work on whatever the crap they have to work on. Because the writers, the script writers, the directors, the actors, actresses, whatever, it is what it is. Princess K laughs again. She says, "Shake my head." Well, all right. This is Jersey's own. A guy that doesn't believe in black and or white. He believes more in the gray, a.k.a. welcome to the stage, the Gray Pill Podcast. Welcome, sir.
Hey, stranger.
There's only one pill that matters.
What's going on? Hey,
Oh, shit. He had to rock out the gold mic, too. Snap.
Go.
what's going on, Wes? Yay, Wes. You gonna live a long time, man. I've been asking about you all over the spaces, and I can't catch you. Can you please, for the love of God, put your email in a private chat? And if you're available 7:00 p.m. Central Time, bro, and I know you'd be interested in this conversation. We're going to be talking about school bullying, and we're going to be bringing up some issues, what we've seen, heard, and what we know of, and try to bring out some solutions. So I'm getting pretty much the open dialogue with a story a friend of mine told me about with her child, and guess what? It just happened to be in California. so we'll take it from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you here to defend She-Hulk?
Nah, I ain't gonna do that, bro. I already know. I already know better than that.
You
I already
learned.
know better than that. I already know better than that.
But I mean, to add to what you had said earlier about the sitcom, right? What you mentioned about the sitcom. I mean, for her image, I mean, it makes sense as long as they play to it very well.
You talking about
And
She-Hulk?
then make the transition. Yeah.
Nah, if they left it toward the comics, like, and this is the issue I got, if they left it to the comics, not the retcon or the new 52 one, just the previous ones when they first started making her a little bit sexy, if they stuck to that, then it'd been fine. Or if they stuck it to the her persona or personality from the original Incredible Hulk cartoon when she was introduced in, I can deal with that. Or I even give you the one where they had her on the new revised cartoon version of Fantastic Four, because that was a She-Hulk I was kind of liking too. So one of those three, I'm fine with. But if I think that's a problem with a lot of these, all of Hollywood, period. They'll grab something knowing the origin base was comic book, and they'll literally bend and twist it to whatever they was, down to even to the actors. Because let's say you throw West ass up there and tell me something, yeah, that's a new Apocalypse. Damn well, number one, he don't look like Apocalypse. The character personality don't even fit him, but somehow they'll make it work. And then they'll do this whole interview to boost everybody's rating. Yeah, all this political spin, try to get you there. Because they did that with was it what? I forgot his name. That played as not this Batman, but the last Batman from Justice League. Because he did like 3 movies.
Ben Affleck.
Thank you, Ben Affleck. Because I caught the hit. Because when they announced him, I was like, oh, hell no. But what they did was, as soon as they announced him, they had him play 3 dark movies that were low budget and was trash. They only did that to prove to the audience that he can play a dark role. And then once he got his Batman, and everybody's like, okay, all right, I'll give him a pass. And then he did all these promises. He's going to promise to do another Batman. He did, and he just did a cameo for for Harley Quinn. Then he did the Justice League, which, okay, whatever. After that, he's supposed to do a whole nother movie. At least owed us 3. I give him 2. But he's supposed to do us 3. He told the fans he's writing a script. That's been like 2-3 years. Never did it. And also this new Batman, younger version comes out. And then now saying he pops out to play a whole another hero. And I'm like, bang, you just literally had me dislike the fact you was Batman. Now you proved to me that you could rock the cape and cowl. Now you come back, you got me hating on you, bro. Like, what's going on?
Right.
But was that this is just me. Was that really his original fault though? Because the studio and like they want to go into a different direction, and then you had Ben Affleck supposedly produce and help write the screenwrite for the new Batman, but
he helped write the screenwrite.
He posed that. Well, from my understanding, he posed that wrote the whole thing, especially the new one. But as far as blame goes, I think it was a little bit of both, but mostly him because again, his mouth. I'm literally listening to dude saying stuff he's gonna say. when he started, when he rocked the cape and cowl, everybody was so, because remember all the teasers, what the car looked like, what his symbol looked like, the body armor, he's going to be the older version of Batman. So in our mind, we're thinking, okay, it's going to be maybe a return of the Joker, like how the novel, the Killing Joke. I'm assuming that's going to come up to play. Maybe have a little retirement version, something like that, or maybe give it 2 more in, and then do a little bit sneak of the Killing Joke, and then bring up because everybody was pretty much fanning over the original Batman, Michael Keaton, because it was like he'd have been a perfect for the Dark Knight Beyond. Mm-hmm. He'd have been a perfect retired old Batman, and then bring up this young guy that's coming in now and see how that plays out. But again, Hollywood want to do what Hollywood want to do, but if they actually focus on what the fans want, I really think that it make triple the money and less time putting into their work, as far as costumes, CGIs, anything else. If they just focus on what the fans want.
Yeah, the paying fans.
Yeah.
The paying fan, not the people that just comment on Twitter. The people that actually want to pay to come see this stuff.
Yes. Sit up late nights, early in the mornings, get it in. Because even when Killing Joke came out, I was the first ones was there waiting for it. The real fans you saw there were probably like 20. But if you go to these other movies, house packed. But when the Killing Joke was over, everybody started clapping.
Right.
Avengers, everybody started clapping. When Iron Man, majority of people were just weeping. You know what I'm saying? So you got those type of fans. But I don't know, Hollywood just sucks.
Right. So talk about the Batman part. Because if he did help the screenwrite one way or another, then yeah, that's partially his fault if it didn't go over the way it should have.
Wait, are we talking about Robert Pattinson's Batman, or the times he played Batman?
The time he played Batman. If he wrote those parts, that's what I'm talking about.
Because I know he came out for Dawn of Justice for Batman vs Superman. Then he came out on Suicide Squad for a bit between Deadshot and Harley Quinn and Joker, and then you had his interaction with Viola Davis in that movie, and then you also had Joss Whedon's Justice League, but you also had Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was way better. Man, also, real quick, shout out to Canadian Born Tech Talks. Good guy right there. Shout out to New York. Everyone knows this. Good evening, brothers. And it says, good evening, sis, Princess K. Good man right there.
Out of all the Batmans, right, that we've seen throughout the time of movies so far, right, I forgot which one is my favorite. It's the other one that I think it was before what's his face became Batman. I forgot his name.
Christian Bale?
Yeah, I think that's what he's
the Dark Knight trilogy.
Right. Okay. So because when he played Batman, for me, I actually liked his because where it was going, because in a sense they were basically going to, push forward the quote unquote Robin scene. Mm-hmm. So that was my favorite because it was actually pushing it forward versus constantly bringing up.
Shout out to Von Bryant
and scenario. So that was my thing on that. Because I remember even going back to the Michael Keaton Batman, they were talking about the Batgirl, but that got canceled for some other reasons. I forgot what it was, but I know that.
I think I was reading that the new person that took over that part of DC was dismantling all those horrible shows getting ready to come out.
Mm.
Are you talking about the shows on CW and like the other streaming services? Is that what you mean?
No, I haven't been.
No, the classic movies that they did, like they were trying to up it, but but that it just didn't sell off, or it didn't go through. That's what makes sense.
So yeah, CW was just horrible from the beginning, which is why they've gone bankrupt or something. But no.
Wait a minute. You mean you weren't a fan of Smallville?
Smallville was okay, 30 years ago when it first came on TV. It was probably like 20 years ago.
Disrespect. Somebody save me.
I'll give them the writers was actually clever of how a lot of people didn't find out or figure out he was Clark. But when I found out a lot of stuff after the aftermath, like the I ain't gonna get on the chick trying to adopt or make cultists other people to bring women on. I'm not gonna talk about that one, but just the overworked and underpaid a lot of those actors was because they were saying that they'll be there like 16, 18 hours, and then like how to make like an hour trip somewhere else, come back because the main star, the guy who played as Clark, the quote unquote Lex Luthor, he had to like give him a ride because he almost like passed out on the road. So they went through a lot of hardship just to get them 8 seasons in.
8 seasons? I thought it was like 10 seasons.
Yeah, I apologize. 10 seasons. I'm not counting the last one because they introduced was it Dark Side and then and Granny Goodness. I wasn't feeling that.
Fair enough.
They made it more like a spiritual thing than anything else.
There was a certain point where they kind of went past their they went past their, I guess, their creative pool, and they just started turning out like random shit.
Bro, like I said, your main source, the comics. bump the writers, bump the director, grab your comic book and start flipping the pages. I mean, what's so hard?
Yeah, but everyone always want to flip it to something brand new. They don't want to always start from the movie.
Let me just introduce somebody in the back. Greco knows this guy a lot. Shout out to New Jersey, New York. He's hail from Canada, or raised in Canada, but from Nigeria, Canadian born. You can catch him on his streams playing video games. CBN's Tech Talks. What's up, my brother?
Good evening, my brothers. How you doing?
You're my favorite Canadian.
Yeah, I'm having a very interesting conversation because when I heard about Smallville, I was like, I had a pet peeve about them because one, it was a great series. I hate to say the great bill is correct. How you went on the idea when you're going to follow the comic book? Then when you decide to, you know what, we're done with this project, we'll do something else. And they kind of like, how many reboots are you going to do until people get pissed off with you?
Spider-Man, perfect example. Spider-Man, perfect example. How many goddamn reboots of Spider-Man? Like, I was so sick of saying, I get it now that they're talking about, hey, the Spider-Verse, but you wait a huge space gap, like almost like 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. And then I'll say,
you hit it on the nail. You hit it on the nail.
That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
Sony saved that though, because Sony was in control for the most part of the that last Spider-Man movie and brought them all together. So Sony really pulled through for us. And now we're back to Marvel just screwing everything up.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Marvel. No, correction. It's not Marvel. Disney. Remember Disney brought up Marvel.
You're right, Disney. Yeah.
So that's one of my biggest pet peeves. When I heard Disney brought up Marvel, the first thing came to my mind is, oh hell no. Disney don't know nothing about Marvel and the universe.
Because
now
let's go back to it wasn't based on comic, but just the game. Everybody remember DOA, the game, right? The
Dead or Alive?
Yeah, Dead or Alive. When the movie came out, if you watch the like the extra feature and stuff, they explain to you, like, you know, all the stuff they went to. The guy, the producer and director, he's a huge fan of the game. They had the guy that actually stunt doubled for Bruce Lee choreographed all the fights. So they actually put a lot into that movie. So that was actually a fun movie to watch. So I don't understand, like, why would you? It's not that hard to put that much effort into something, especially if you're saying this is the origin is from a comic. 9 out of 10 times, 90% of all your fans, I guess solid 98 or 99.9% of all your fan base is going to be hardcore loyal to this. Every time now we're seeing it, it's like, okay, we're debating amongst ourselves if we're going to see it. Because I can easily tell by good trailer if this is going to be it. Like Mortal Kombat. So I was like, trash. Did I see it? Yes. They even talk more hate about it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't even watch it to go to theaters. I'm not going to watch my money for it. I went to go saw it free. And I still feel like a piece of my soul is gone.
So, Great Bill, I'm going to ask you a question about Mortal Kombat. Of all the movies that came out with Mortal Kombat, which one got close to acting, following the game, to your idea?
The web series.
You said the web series?
Yes, there's Mortal Kombat Rebirth, there's Mortal Kombat Rebirth, and there's Mortal Kombat Legacy.
They were. But from your own understanding of all the Mortal
I'll say
Kombat,
the first. I'll say the first one back in the was it the early 2000s?
the
You're
first
talking
one.
about no, in the '90s with Robin Shue.
Okay. We are asking that question because I'm trying to understand it. Why are these people murdering our childhood?
I don't know. That's why real talk, bro. This is why I stick to. Honestly, this is literally why when people are like, oh man, watch the news. Is that I watch the news? I was like, no. When I go home, I already got enough BS in the real life. When I come home, this is why I stick to my anime and all my shows because I want to create my own world, like a Sword Art Online, because I just don't want to deal with the bullshit no more. If I come back out my door, then yeah, I know what I'm living with. So I got my own two worlds: the virtual world, watching the animes and stuff like that, and I go out to the real world with the dumb people on it. That's it. But that's why I prefer back to your thing, Black David. This is why I prefer anime. You know, this is why I prefer even some of the origins that bring over, like the Mortal Kombat, the last anime Mortal Kombat. And they did the second one where Liu Kang actually lost, and he didn't even win the tournament because his fight actually was supposed to be against the Emperor, but he thinking he's gonna fight Goro to get the Shang-Chi Sun, but that wasn't his whole main quest. Raiden already set him.
I get it.
Yeah. So Raiden set him up to be more than what he's supposed to be, not just a champion, but a god. So stuff like that, I can follow. You know what I'm saying? But
That makes sense because I'm the same.
But that's from like the last. That's from the last video game, right? From Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, that's
Well,
between
yeah.
between 10 and 11. It kind of like they did like a complete reboot, and I agree with him because I'm in the same place. I got tired of all these reboots to the point where I'm locked into anime because they're not going to disappoint me.
yeah. What's
How
up,
many
Ian?
how many reboots you tell of Spider-Man? 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do another one again on top of that. Then you do a reboot of Nick Fury a couple of times, maybe two
Oh
or
yeah, I
three.
just saw the trailer for the Invasion. I'm interested to see how that's gonna be. You gotta check it out, Wes. Invasion. It's all on him now. He's actually putting it all on him.
So this is a Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Yeah, he's putting his.
It's a Marvel series. It's a series. Hold on, time.
Oh,
I gotta make some introductions real quick.
Okay.
that was a good one. That
Let me
was a
do
good
a
one.
Sir Yeetus. Sir Yeetus. I'm gonna get back to. Yo, you petty as shit.
No, he hit it on
Ian
the nut. You have to agree
Ian
with him. You have
Simmons
to agree with
says,
him.
"Sup, guys? Shout out to Ian, bro. I know you've been a loyal one since day one. Shout out to the panel." Sir Yeetus says they should have brought back Kenshi. Kenshi was one of my favorites in the whole Mortal Kombat universe in MK11. Agreed, but they killed him. They killed him off.
Owners.
Well,
Talk to the
also,
owners.
since we mentioned Kenshi, go check out. I don't know if you've seen that, sir. Go check out Mortal Kombat, the fan-made movie. Best thing ever. Check out Street Fighter, the fan-made one, and this is again back to the fans, right? The fans actually poured in money for Street Fighter.
I remember that one. It was on what channel it was?
The first-
What platform?
No, it started on YouTube because he did the first one where they just fought in the ground.
Yeah, I remember that
And
one.
then after that, they was doing series over time on their channel, and then they had Facebook actually got the Street Fighter. It's called Street Fighter Legacy or Street Fighter Empty Fist, something like that.
Was it Mishimina, whatever that channel platform was? They had the series. I know what you're talking about.
Machinima.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, but it started with YouTube first because they did the whole fan made base. Because the girl from the second movie with Charlie in there with the glasses. The girl that came with them that's gonna fight with them. She's on Instagram. Like she's real cool. She responds to everything. So she's real cool. The guy that played everybody else, they're real cool. But all the money was supported by the fans. That's how they got season 1 and 2, directors, everything else, and it was straight 100, honest about no crazy promos. Is hey, every money y'all diamond nickel y'all got is for the production of this film.
And it was real good. It was
really
real
good. Down to because it was like what 3-part. It was just Ken and Ryu thing, and then they introduced Akuma, the origins of him, and then they introduced the second part where Charlie comes in because they're trying to go after and Bison. That little thing from there. Great film.
They did way better than Hollywood by far.
Very
Way better. I could have never imagined that. I was like, what?
And to respond back to Wes, no, it's not a Samuel Jackson movie, only because he wasn't
show.
It wasn't cursing because we know how Samuel L. Jackson does on if it's actually a Samuel L. Jackson film. But
Bitch, please.
No. It's Samuel L. Jackson light. They call it like that.
yeah,
Like
I do
cursing.
that. Yeah.
Will
but
there
he's-
be any snakes on any trains?
No,
No,
planes,
no aircraft carriers, no spaceships, nothing.
Anything hovering over 2 feet, we see no snakes.
Oh man.
But
Pun
yes,
intended.
You do see some green skinned aliens, but that is not.
I'm watching the trailer right now.
All right, but those are snakes.
Unintended. I like that joke.
That trailer, though, the Secret Invasion did look good, though. I got to give it its credit because it's actually going to play into the comic storyline of what it's meant to be.
It breaks off where he retired from the last movie and he just went ghost, and then he just pops back up and he's like which is I think is dumb but it's kind of goes back to the. Again, I think goes back to the Nick Fury comic personnel. Like he's always doing stuff of his own. He really don't really ask for help because I heard a story about him in the comics where he's supposed to be the first line of defense and it's supposed to be like a portal between our world and I guess space or something like that, where interdimensional beings were trying to come through, and then kind of find out he had like multiple clones of him all over the place. Yeah, it was crazy. Like the Watcher. If somebody had stole the Eye of the Watcher, and I kind of found out he had at the ending, and then the Incredible Hulk, Thor, the whole Avengers Plus tried to take him down, and he literally kicked everybody's ass. This is how Thor actually lost his hammer, and that bitch was sitting on the moon. He used the eye, shoves it in Thor's face, tells Thor like his whole reasoning of him, and then he made him unworthy, and he just goes off crying, and the hammer stays on top of the moon. That's how he got the other hammer / axe. And then he goes to Hulk. Hulk tried to take him out, shove the eye in his face, and he sees the actual truth, how he really became the Incredible Hulk. And it was all because of Iron Man, Tony Stark. And then he shrinks back and just like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good shit. I like it a lot.
I don't touch Hollywood for anything. Hollywood will mess up all our childhood. Now look at this one. Disney took the right to quote unquote broadcast Bleach. Why are you touching stuff that does not belong to you?
Oh yeah, they did release the new Bleach. I was talking about that the other day with Jay and then Bleach.
The anime or the
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix, right? Is it on Netflix?
No.
With the live action?
One Piece is on Netflix and Hulu. But
No, I'm talking about Bleach.
Bleach is on Netflix. But they want to remove it for the simple fact that Disney bought all the right and they want to broadcast on their channel or their platform, which is stupid.
Yeah, because they got that Disney network, so they snatched up everything.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Bleach, One Piece, and all these big anime have a different type of fan base, and they don't play around.
Oh, but money talks though. It doesn't matter. Money talks though, because they was talking about bringing back Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, but they was talking about bringing it back on between Paramount or Disney, but mostly Disney.
Yeah, but still.
I swear, I'm only waiting for Daredevil to pop up on She-Hulk. That's the only thing I'm waiting for, bro.
But here what they don't get. When you do too many reboots, you lose the fans. That's why American industry missed the mark. They're buying all these Japanese anime or Japanese TV because they see that their fan base is superseding their own. But what they don't comprehend is the creativity behind it. Stop doing reboot too many times. Follow the storyline down to the T and stop trying to change things. When you change things, these fans, they can tell when you're changing things they're not supposed to be changing. And they give up on you easy. So you could look at the numbers, yeah. But we in another realm whereby the number don't mean jack to the fans. You can have all the money.
Let me introduce somebody else to the panel. They popped up. Then you can continue. Shout out to this young man. He's a great content creator. He does a lot of reviews, movies. He's part of the Film Association. He likes to brag about it constantly. He's not humble anymore. And he's a free man, aka Jedi Mike 7.
Man. Where did you get freed from?
You free?
Is he red pill? If you threw it in there, I'd have died.
Oh shit!
Did I miss something? What's going on?
Suck my
That
shit.
shit went down. You been
Sounds like you've discovered
As
a
a matter
few
of
things
fact,
in the
wait a
past
minute.
hour.
He needs to chill out a little bit. Let him relax a little bit in the back.
Sounds like he's discovered a few other things.
Let me put it back up.
Have you started?
He was
listening to some
raging a
Frank
little
Ocean?
bit.
Oh no.
Have you started listening to Frank Ocean?
I'm gonna pass on that, son. I'm a vegetarian.
I heard that
Y'all
Ocean
want to
was
hear a
hot
really funny story from the Marines?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
We had this. I remember I used to work with this one guy. He was actually, when he wasn't pretending to be disadvantaged because he's black, he was actually a very good worker. And he really, this is when Frank Ocean first came out. And it was that song, A New Feel. And every once in a while, he would just break out and say, A new feel. And I'm just sitting there working. And one day I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure he's talking about, being gay. And this dude was like, no, he just fought so hard that it wasn't like.
Oh, it was a fight. It was a fight.
But I kept thinking, I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, what do you mean a new feel? You had your heart broken, and you had a new feel. And then finally, like my boss is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is too. So finally, he Googles it, and he's sitting there reading it and goes, what? Ah!
It caught up to him.
Yeah,
Listen.
he realized that he had bought all these CDs and he'd been posting on social media how he loved this artist and stuff. And
Oh God.
What's up, Canadian born? You okay right there, bro?
I'm laughing. I'm trying not to laugh too hard. The way he turned out, I said, "Oh my God, I can imagine how you feel."
and that he just defended this artist so hard,
Yeah.
and then he starts reading what the song was actually about, and he's like
You remember that movie, the interview when James Franco interviewed Eminem and say he was...
Oh no, Jedi, not that part.
No.
No.
What happened?
No. There's a film called The Interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen, and in the film he's interviewing Eminem. He's like, yeah, there's people, who kept asking about my lyrics, because I'm gay, right? And the whole newscast like, wait, what? Eminem was gay. Breaking news.
That shit came out like 2014? Is that when it came out?
Yeah, it was like 2014. He said he read the lyrics like, Hector, he messed my rectum, whatever. He's like, yeah, Hector's a real dude. He's like, Hector's a real dude. Oh my God, Hector's real.
That movie had a lot of controversy for its time because it had like a lot of political things and it had like that stuff right there.
And
But it was funny. It was a pretty funny movie.
It was.
But then the next one after that, they were trying to interview the dictator in North Korea, and they blocked that movie from North Korea. Remember? After that,
You blocked
Yeah,
it.
but that's
Yeah, they
different.
did.
Our states versus the country. It's a whole different dynamic. But hold on before we get on to the mushies and fellas. Let me get my petty on because we already got
Petty.
2 in. If I get Mandrill, I'm gonna hit the bed after this. But appreciate you guys for chiming in. Yeah, Canadian born. What's up with you and hating on Yu-Gi-Oh, man? Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh, sir?
I haven't got a chance to know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, and no,
All right, don't speak on shit you don't know about, sir.
I hear you.
Oh shit.
All right, 'cause I was in that chat and I'm sitting there at work like this motherfucker lucky as hell I can't get on.
Hey, I
It's
respect that.
time.
You're the wizard in Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to play
I
Yu-Gi-Oh a
ain't
whole
no
lot
goddamn
back
wizard
then.
there. I ain't, see, look at that. Don't even know what the hell you talking about.
I get it.
But if this shit was Beyblade or Bakugan, CBM would be all over it.
Hey, do your thing, but I can't speak on that because I don't know nothing about it. You got it goes? You got the couches goes? I ain't gonna be on no live podcast. Someone says, yeah, Black man did, but he ain't shit on Bakugan, and also you roll up there and let me have it. I can't. That wouldn't make no sense for you to do. But I do accept challenges for everybody out there in the spaces out there. If y'all think y'all good, Yu-Gi-Oh Legacy. All right, I got 12 decks. Let's go. PlayStation. I'll give you my PSN. All right. Same personality here. Same personality there.
I gotta step up first before I challenge you. I gotta earn my rank first.
I need to challenge you to multiverses, Great Pill.
What do you mean multiverses?
Multiverses.
Oh, it's talking about that new game for is that for like the phone or something, or for the game app, for the console?
Yes, the app on the phone.
It's like it's a rip-off version of Smash Bros, but it's for
Thank
Warner
You
Bros.
has a challenge
Thank
for
you.
And
Hit on the
basically
nail.
called multiverses. Like every Warner Brothers character like Superman, Scooby Doo,
I
Iron
saw
Giant.
Batman. Yeah, I saw Batman. I saw the trailer.
They got it
I
on the
haven't played it, sir,
PlayStation.
so-
They got it on the
No, but
Nintendo
Injustice
Switch.
though, that's the main one. Like I have like one to combat with tournaments.
Hold up. What you say, Ian? What you say, Ian? Hey man, I've been your mentor on YouTube space, man. Don't doubt me like that, Ian. I don't wanna take your brother to the shadow realm. I don't wanna take I don't wanna swap his mind out. He walk around like some little veggie. I don't wanna do none of that to your little brother, man. Is your little brother or your older brother, Ian?
Shots fired.
I only got one thing to ask. Is this the one with the 5 places on the mat or 3? When it comes to summoning, because I play 2 different.
Oh, because the new one is Masters. I got Legacy. That's the one before it. That's the only. Okay. That's the only. I think it's another one, but no, it's another one. But for PlayStation 3, the last one they didn't do no updates because they restricted Harpy's Feather Duster and they restricted
Why?
Monster Reborn, because that was the rules back then. They always change the rules. That was the rules back then for Legacy. They never updated it because I was trying to build. Nigga, I don't know. That was for the damn. I'm telling you, that was the rules then. Every time I said I don't know. They change the rules all the time. Like, I can't remember this monster, but it used to be you got 3. You couldn't have no more than only 3 was a limit. And they some cards they changed it down to 2, some was 1 because how OP it was. So they like it was like for example, it was a spell card. I can't remember the name of it because I used to abuse the hell of it. It was a spell card. If you activate it, you automatically draw 4 cards. But if your turn ends, all your cards is done. So what the trick was, you'll summon a card, have mystical space or something to kill it out. So you draw the cards, kill the magic. You got extra 4 cards in your hand, and then play them all out. So that's pretty much was the trick. So, but everybody, what they did was they banned it, so you couldn't play it, or they restricted, so you had like 1.
Right.
So that's how they did it. But the new one, I know what you're talking about, because like. It's the whole board, and it's like a whole nother level. You can put monsters up 2 up front, and you have your whole board, the regular monster roll, and the magic roll like that. Yeah, I don't.
That board I know about that one. I'm talking about just the basic standard board. Like
it's the basic. The one I play is the basics with. You can do the monster trap like normal, or it's the because the storyline goes for the last 2 where you could do pendulum summoning. So that's pretty much his legacy. But the new one's like a whole extra stuff because I just built I've been playing around for like 2 years building the Egyptian God of Ra deck, and I mastered 1, so it's pretty much fluid, so I'm good with it. But the Red Eyes Dragon deck for that game is still slow speed, so I got 2, but it's like you're not gonna really get much as you want out of it. So the main 3 I have 7 Deadly Sins. Of course, Blue Eyes, Felgrave deck, and Toon World, and that's my main top 4 to 5 right there.
Yeah.
No wonder you're trying to knock me out with those.
Yeah, Marcus, how you doing?
Good, bro. Thanks for asking me how you doing, bro.
Ian, just put his PSN right there in the chat.
Been going through it. Been going through it though. But yeah.
It better not be about no goddamn girl.
No, absolutely not. It's actually that shit going well. But
That's good to hear.
That's
It really better not be about no friends.
It's with work and everything like that. Just like things that need to get done.
So normal life shit then.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All the other stuff's actually going well. I mean, friend stuff, whatever. That's just like, listen, I don't have time for it. I'm getting old as fuck now, so my beard again a little bit thicker. So it just
Blue Eyes underrated then, but I know
it's making like a repeller of BS for me right now because people know they just come up to me. It's like, nah, they come talk to me with their problems. I'm like, no, I gotta go. I'm going home. So
that's how it's supposed to be, unless they're not your inner circle.
Fair enough.
Like my homeboy, he's like, he's the militant guy. He's like, man, this dude know me just like my brother. and I call him up, or if I don't hear from like one time, we didn't hear each other from like a month, and he sent me a random text like, you fucking up, right? Like, you fucking up, right? And I was like, shit. So we just called, chop it up. So I know I owe him a phone call because a buddy of ours, this is like from a fellow game from Star Wars Battlefront 2. We knew him for like over 10 plus years. He just passed away last week from drug overdose. Yeah. He lived how he wanted to live. So it is what it is. Because his nickname, we call him Zipper, and his name was Zipper, but we attached the town Drunk because every time he'd get on Call of Duty in Star Wars, he's always drinking beers and 6-packs and whatever. So he did a lot of shenanigans over the course of years. But he was, the best thing I say about him, he was fun. He's always wanted to be a friend. He was high spirited. But he just did a lot of stuff that just wasn't cool toward the family, his neglect for the kids, and of course himself. You know what I'm saying? So he just checked out in a negative way. And his ex at the time that had reached out, told me about it, and I was like, crap. So a lot of guys because we was like 40 plus deep from Star Wars, so that server's like huge. So
damn.
Yeah. So one of the dudes that's like my homeboy, like my brother. So he added us all in the PSN. And so we was pretty much just doing like, recognition and, having like a whole party chat, conversating, our memories of him and stuff like that. So that was pretty much it.
That's a real community right there.
Yeah, that's why we laughing at these people on it, like me. I think me, Jedi, and I think Marcus had a time like the gamer side when we hear.
This is nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
this is nothing, bro. Like this is nothing. I know dudes from PlayStation 2 from Midnight Club. I still rock with, like really rock with. But when the server broke down from there, a guy actually hacked it where he had his own server. And you know how like real street racers just like, what, I'm just gonna hang out to be hanging out. That's how they treat it. So they got a whole Facebook group, Midnight Club. There's 2 of them from 2, 3, Remix and Dub. And we'll just hit up on the PS like, hey, anybody wanna anybody still got a PS2 or they got their PC, and then he'll send us like the little code link and we'll just go in and just play and have fun or just chill. Same thing for Star Wars. Star Wars was like hella deep. You know what I'm saying? Over there, a group that I was with called the Dirty Dozens. The original 12, after that, 40 plus. We had dudes that was so cool with us, they literally will hack other people's servers because you had the free server they give you, then you could pay and buy your own servers. So you had guys over there. We were so cool with them, they never effed with us, but they'd go to other servers and hack them just cuz. So when me and Jedi and others got here, these people on YouTube arguing about Red Pill, Metasphere, the same relationship crap, and then the stuff like to me, it's like, bro, this is not no real serious stuff to be like stuff y'all talk about. We don't even bring up no black-white issue, no girlfriend issue. And if anything pops off, or let's just say I'm just playing for shits and giggles, Wally. Like if I see Wally's avatar and I can't get, if Wally's an OP gamer and I can't get shit to try to trigger him, I'm gonna talk about his avatar, little fucking fat face, look at little beady eyes. I'm gonna say something around to get him triggered. You know what I'm saying? Some way to get the gameplay going or something to my favor. You know what I'm saying? And if he was a chick, of course we already know you hear a chick on the game. Oh my god, they dripping wet. So that was real simps. Those was real simps. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different world.
Yeah, when you have like one chick in the fucking team and you just like basically just grilling this dude. And no, I mean seriously, man, there's no other bigger way of dragging somebody's nuts than that, honestly. So I'm like, that's why I'm like, well, I'm hearing this stuff, man. This ain't nothing. Nothing.
Bro,
this is shit
bro,
talking.
the 12-year-olds in that freaking video game community of savage.
Yeah, we was losing so fucking bad, bro. We had a dude that had like so much. We used to run his mouth all the time. He shit talked all 12 of them fucking guys on the other server. Like, cause when you die in Call of Duty, you kind of hear each other for like a minute. That motherfucker ran his mouth the whole goddamn time. He was making a.
And they got folks going like into like being Nazis and crap and stuff. It's just like, dude, even then, like, yeah, some like the whole thing, like clutch your kick.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that shit made me nervous. When I'm doing detonator, there's a hey Hatter, you want in for detonator?
It's pressure. Like, I mean, but like, let's be real, we did it too.
I'm good. Hey. Especially I knew everybody was better than me. I was like, nah,
you got it.
I play capture the flag. I do the 12-on-12.
And I just try to scope out whatever. And especially when I was playing Rainbow Six, I was like, nah, man, that's one thing. Especially like folks be on you, like, nah, yeah, like when you're trying to fuse a bomb or whatever, or you're trying to secure the area. Yeah, it's it gets intense. But no, I've been on that mess for years.
Yeah, if it's your own clan and clan, I like, nah, man, you got it. I'm out. Or I'll tell them real quick, hey, we playing for fun, right? No expectations here. No expectations.
Man, I miss those days.
No, I haven't played games like in a minute, bro. I have not. The last game I remember was played was Spider-Man Miles Morales. That was it. I did not play anything else like.
I just chill for the main two. You already know, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then DC Universe. I just play that just for recreational because my homeboy he was trying to get us into Final Fantasy. He was actually gonna buy us the thing. I was like, bro, I don't got time for that. Like them MMO games, they grind.
Which one? Final Fantasy 7 remake or 15?
Yeah, the new one. Like he was gonna actually pay out of pocket $60 for like for all four of us just to have it to play with him. And I'm like, bro, I can't do it because if I get it, you're not gonna see me on. That's a grind heavy game.
I figured that I was the same way too because I had a discount. You know, you had to PlayStation Network when you join in, and they have no moment to give you no discount. I was about to purchase. I was like, I'm not gonna play that because, like you said, Final Fantasy 7, you grind, real grind. Ain't no
all of the MMOs, bro. You got to grind. So how you got a life? The age I am now, I got no life. Like back in the day, Call of Duty. Oh, I'll stay a whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get my prestige up in a weekend, come back home and chill. I can't do that no more. I got too much of a life to do some dumb stuff like that. You know, I got to schedule all my time, especially in the MMO. Even the last one, we supposed to have like a survival mode just came out to last night for survival mode. Hell, between YouTube, I was out for a whole month. I definitely wasn't gonna be on that bitch because that didn't make no sense. And now I'm like, damn, that would have made good content for the game. A lot of talking points on that end too. Like, come on now, life comes first.
Yeah, no, that's one thing. Like I'm literally about to graduate, and I'm like about to move, like literally move and make like life plans and stuff, which I'll tell you, Gray Pill and Marcus later. But like, yeah, shit's getting real, bro.
That's what's up.
I hear you.
Just remember me when you're going.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I hear you on that because I want to get back to the game. I got a PS4 Pro. My son play under my account the most. He used to play Fortnite. He stopped doing that. Then now, like you said, he playing the Multiverse and Rumbleverse. Rumble or Rumbleverse, what we want to call that? Another ripoff. I told my son, you playing a ripoff. He said, what do you mean? Look for Super Smash Bros. You see what I'm talking about? He Googled it and said, oh, I didn't know. I said, that's the part you been playing some ripoff on my damn couch.
You want to talk about some toxic shit right there? Let me tell you. That was all middle school days for me and freshman year in college. We literally we got there was heated conversations, bro. Oh, you play Cloud, you a bitch. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? No, and you play Mr. Game and Watch. Oh yeah, you broken. Did you get the 9 and all also like yeah. That's my main. But listen, like that's not the point. Anytime this person kept using the Luigi Mansion, he looked like Wario in real life, bro. Every time he gets on his match, like, oh look, he get on Luigi Mansion. We just bug him, and then next day here we are, like we walk away, and he's in his room, he's crying. Like, bro, what's wrong, bro? Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. Yeah, it was okay. I'm like, dude, it ain't. But yeah, man.
I'm sorry. When I hear people cry over games, I find out funny.
The ice climbers before they hit the nerf, the fucking the grab away was the ice climbers. Man, I used to play all that shit in Brawl all the time. It was like, yes, it was a trolling game or a trolling move, but like, man, pissed my dad all the time when I play that.
You know what's funny? I watched my brother beat all his coworkers that come over to play Madden, and the way he played, which I don't understand my younger brother, he's stupid in the head. This is the idea of playing Madden. If you score a touchdown, you win. If you don't score a touchdown, you lose. And when I talk about murking them, 42-0, 72-0, 50-0, you're not allowed to score a touchdown. And I'm watching them like, what the hell are you doing to these people? They coming in betting money, and I'm like, no fight. I don't want my mom to get on out there because we live with my mom. They coming in emptying their pocket to this dude.
Bro, I still be getting PSNs off the asses. Two asses I be kicking on my end, bro. Like I said, I'm not that here. You got to be sociable, conversations, all that crap. On there, I don't say nothing. If I say something, it's an issue. If I hop on mic, it's an issue. That's the only time. The only time. If not, I got my music playing. I'm probably watching something on TV, and I'm sitting there doing my thing. That's it.
I don't try talking game. I'm quiet, just like my brother. We both the same way. We had that rule. No trash talking. And to one trash talk, you did nod your head, pay him no mind, whoop his
How'd
ass.
you had? What you? They ain't seeing you.
They can't see you. They can't see you.
No, I'm just saying. And when we play in person, they come over. But if it's on the network,
Canadian Born's
nothing
like
goes there worse.
level 1, level 2.
Nah, they're gonna feel my emotions. If I'm kicked like me.
Oh no, they know. I let them know.
Yeah. It's especially my house. What are you talking about? Hey, Street
And
Fighter.
my fucking controller, you lost your damn mind.
Yeah, exactly. Bring your own controller. Don't use my controller. Where we going with this conversation? I remember I had this
We do that.
old
We do that
PlayStation
too.
1 controller. The wire was just barely coming out because you know you had the black wire in there.
Black wire. Yeah.
It was always pulling out, and I was putting the tape on to make sure it was holding on tight.
Mhm.
That controller, West, man, the groove feeling on that bad boy. I couldn't get a new one. Cause I get a new one. I got to wear it in. I got to
It's
wear
funny
it
that
in.
you say that. PlayStation 2 there ever bring their own controller and their own memory card. You have to record your losses. Ain't no cheating.
Oh, by the way, She-Hulk pissed me off last night.
Yeah, I brought it up. I can't.
Oh, my
I know, we talked about it already.
I didn't watch it. Don't let me know.
The last episode. Listen, it's just like, listen, don't tease a character at the end of the last episode. Now I gotta wait another 2 weeks just for him to pop up. That's bullshit.
Okay, so let me guess. Don't spoil it for me, but let me guess. They teased it where they slightly introduced Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it did. Like, they just teased his, like, oh, he's coming. But then this next thing we have, we're going to a fucking wedding. I don't even know why she was invited. And when the girl's like, don't be She-Hulk here. Then why the fuck you invite me, bitch? Like, and then you brought the other. Okay, worst, I'm telling you right now, by far. She's legit the worst Marvel villain character they have created. Titania, every time she's on screen, I cannot stand her ass.
Yeah, her face just looks stupid.
She just looks stupid.
Yeah, I just don't like her face. I really want her just to be fighting, like real talk.
He looks like a dude.
Yeah.
That's why I say Disney is sabotaging our childhood. They have no
Not
idea.
a child, it's just stupid.
To do that,
children's shows.
New time, new generation, right?
Thank you, Wally.
Oh,
Yeah,
screw
thank
that.
you, Wally.
Screw that. You want to see how they did Thundercat?
Oh, don't you dare! Don't you?
Hold on, which
I'm still
Thundercats?
pissed off about it.
Which Thundercats?
The last proper edition they made of Thundercat is the 2011 version.
Yeah, the
After
cartoon.
that, yeah, but they
That was
see
good.
was pretty good.
Then what's wrong with that one?
Oh,
They
this
counted that.
was the
They
trailer
counted
they
that
put
to
on
bring the
live
most.
action.
Imagine they canceled that project to make another stupid project, and there was like an insult.
Yeah, but you
upon
mentioned
insult.
Thundercats. Did they make another one? Like I'm
They
kind of
did.
lost.
They
I
did
think it's a
another
live
one.
action. There's a trailer out there.
No, they
It's
made
a live
one
action.
called Thundercat Go, which was a complete.
If it's not live
insult.
action, then I think it's just the pixels of it.
I never
No,
seen
what
no
not?
other Thundercats. I
No,
just
what
knew
not?
that one, the 211 that ended, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah, and they did another.
Same here.
And they canceled it.
I hated the fact they didn't continue it, or neither I
Yeah,
missed out.
Why?
Yeah, because that was a good ending too, though.
Yeah, because the old brother scenery that oof. That was nice.
Here's the problem. They say that the production team were willing to work on season 2, but the higher ups say no, we're not gonna do it no more because they didn't get enough toy sales. I'm like, screw your toy sales. You get viewers. Like, what the hell you talking about?
Gotta make that
But they
money.
shut that one
Also,
down.
you have to understand that's a number, like movie ticket sales. Not saying will drive shows whatever, but a good show drives like toy sales. Toy sales, like the whole thing about that, if they can't profit off of that, like they're gonna be canceling that joint. But no, I don't give a fuck.
But the toy was whack anyway.
You want some of that relaxer or conditioner? What do you call it? The makeup, whatever that she's selling, that's still intellectual property. Like I give a fuck. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
Here's the problem with America. When they're doing anything when it comes to cartoon or close to anime, they make a bootleg version of the damn thing, hoping to make money off it, and the thing is whack.
Not all
And
of
the
it.
reason why they
Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent with this show. But like, okay, I was a saving grace for this show. I've been trying to pull it, up for whatever. But my
I
thing
tried
about,
to West cursed me out about it, so I've been done after that.
but like, well, no, because Wes is like, I try to be devil's advocate. You know, I try to be right.
I know, right.
I'm I'm arguing with Trash Can Waves about Ariel and stuff, and stuff.
Oh my god, that one. Oh man.
No, you didn't.
No, but listen, like, go check my channel. I did that. I did a short on that, like that. Anyway, but no, like,
how Trash Can is though.
But no, but my point is, this is like with this show. I think with this is like problem. Like one of my friends brought it up because I'm liking this show, and he's like, I don't know, man, why? Because it seemed like Jennifer Walters, she's just reacting to things.
Yeah,
she's just reacting to things instead of actually having an actual storyline. And I'm like, and at this point, when I saw what they teased at the end, I'm like, okay, who's actually the villain of this show? And at this point, do I care? Other than I know who probably might be teased, like the leader and all that stuff like that. But again, at that point, when you get to it, it's gonna be made like a butt of a joke or something. Because like we have Hulk leaving planet, probably gonna go see his son, in Sakaar or whatever. Because the film rights for Hulk should be ending around 2023, where they can actually do a project if they want to. But yeah, I don't know.
they're actually hinting to that he's going out there to see his son.
Well, that's kind of like the theory. Is like, wait, why are you going to Sakaar? It's like, oh wait, he got a son. That's possibly because he was there for 5 years. Or at least no, he wasn't there for 5 years. He was there for 2 years. But Endgame jump, and then yet you can see around his house he had like his armor from Sakaar or whatever. So obviously he went back. But it just to let you know his son, he aged rapidly. So it's like he can like
What
they can
are we talking about here right now?
For She-Hulk, because he was on it. She-Hulk when he went to the ship. Yeah. I thought Scar was like a futuristic kid or something. Because like remember Agents of Smash. That was
that was just an episode like they were trying to play off of that. But in like MCU canon, he was based off the Planet Hulk storyline where there was a bomb that exploded that basically killed his wife and like parts of his planet that he was ruling. So then what happened was that she was pregnant, but he went to Earth, basically went on war with the Avengers and everybody like that. But at the end of the storyline, you revealed that that the child he survived, and he's basically known as the man who was born from fire, because he literally was born from fire, but he ages rapidly, so that's what his name is, Scar. Yeah.
And he supposed to have been Hulk's son.
Yeah, he's Hulk's son. He's like a warrior, really a big fighter.
Big time.
Yeah, but I don't know if they'll do that. And I'm like, if that's possible, like how that fit in the MCU. But again, that'd just be a weird storyline because I'm tired of the Professor Hulk. That's just me.
Yeah, because again, when he was
not gonna do it properly, forget it.
Because when he was explaining to his cousins, like, yeah, I took your DNA and like, look, I grew my arm back. I'm like, bitch, you're the actual Hulk. That's how you grew your arm back, not your cousin. You. And then he made it seem like she was like the Supergirl, like how Supergirl genetically supposed to be stronger and inferior than Superman. You know what I'm saying? With her DNA, and I'm like, where does conversation coming from? I was like, all right.
Well, it is part of the comics though, like differently that she is like able to like maintain her stuff like better than Bruce. But again, in the show, I think that also just tied to a storyline. It might connect with the leader because remember in the Incredible Hulk story, the leader he was addicted to Bruce Banner's Hulk. He was collecting it, right? So that's why when the beginning of the show, when he burned it, incinerated, he's like, no, man, we can't have that because that will create abomination.
The leader is pretty OP in the comics.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. But like, I don't understand. Like, okay, you making him a Captain America villain? Like, that's interesting. I'm not saying it's like a bad idea, but I'm like, I don't know how that would work. Yeah,
I'm still waiting on to see MODOK live action because I know like Ant-Man 3, that's where it's gonna have him, but at the same time, supposedly like. You remember Jedi? I don't know if Grayfield watched it or Wes watched it too, or anybody else here, but like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were technically supposed to have MODOK there, but they changed the character and the name and stuff.
Yeah.
They never gave him actually out as he was supposed to be, but they pushed the video game out and they made MODOK like the main villain at the end of it. But in the movie and the show hasn't done it so far, so I'm hoping we see an actual good interpretation of him in Ant-Man 3.
Well, it's confirmed. Yeah, he's gonna be in Ant-Man 3, but he's gonna basically be an android. It's not gonna be like you're not gonna see like a man, like a person's face.
Really?
Nah, it's gonna be it's almost like a robot, legit.
Remember, you remember in the Captain America Winter Soldier when they go meet Arnim Zola, but he's a computer,
Exactly.
but just more modified.
Yeah, I gave that a pass because the way they told the story, I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna jump out and then get his own body. Because remember, he did that on
What If?
What If?
With Spider-Man and the rest of them.
He had a What If.
Yeah.
Like they teased him having that body in What If when he was going against Killmonger and all that stuff. But yeah,
they need to do another What If because that was bad fucking ass.
Well, they're doing the season 2, but yeah.
He's like, cousin. He said, I'm not your cousin.
Some of them were okay. Some of the What Ifs were okay.
Are they really making a Marvel zombie show? Like they're basing on the zombies comics?
Yeah, it's gonna be rated R. And they're gonna base it on they're basically gonna the crew is gonna consist of like Shang-Chi, one of his like the dude that trained him when he was a kid. Shang-Chi he got like a cool like white mask, whatever. He got killed though. But Kamala Khan, Kate Bishop, I think Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, and I think a few other characters. Icarus, he's gonna be a zombie. But yeah, that's what is gonna be in the show. That's what they confirmed.
Interesting.
It's gonna be live action, or
it's gonna be live action. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's gonna be animated. Stop that line.
Wait a minute. I thought it was supposed to be live action. That was the whole point of making it R-rated.
No, it's gonna be it's gonna be animated.
Animated could be rated R.
It's late for me. I need to go.
All right,
Wes, man. I appreciate you coming by, bro.
You got the link, Wes.
All right, I got your email.
All right.
Nice talking to you all.
Really
Wes. Enjoy it.
You too, bro. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Appreciate it.
We need to do this with alcohol sometime.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I heard try Scotch because I heard that's a good recommendation.
Yeah, my birthday. Well, listen, my birthday.
Here we go.
Yeah, my birthday.
Everyone.
In a couple of weeks. So yeah.
All right, Wes, bro.
Well, my birthday passed already.
Yeah, my birthday will be October 15th. But
I'm hearing a lot of these Libras popping up everywhere. I feel like
I know, right?
Duck and dive.
Look, if you look.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like one chick, I ain't gonna say her name, but her birthday's so close to my ex, and she's Latino. I say, oh fuck.
Well, hey, maybe we should end the live and we can actually get to some business.
oh yeah, I'm down for that. That's up to the to Maestro here.
I just want to say real quick, I appreciate everybody that was here before, during, and after. Shout out to the panel, Great Pill Podcast. Catch him on his channel. He goes live. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Also, Wally, Wall Talk Productions. When he's actually not quiet, he actually makes productive conversation. Shout out to him. Canadian-born Nigerian Tech Talk. You catch him when he goes live on his video game live and breaking down technological conversations. He's not casting voodoo.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about now.
Yeah. Right now.
Also, shout out to Jedi Mike 7 when his movie reviews, series reviews, current news, and anything other conversation that's interesting. Shout out to Ian, Princess K, Sir Yeetus. Who else was in the chat? A Vital Message. Caduceus was here earlier. Jay Takashi, you're in the back end, bro. Primal Studies. Make sure y'all hit the link, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I think that's about it. And with that being said, I bid you all adieu and a good night. Peace, y'all.
We gotta do a Halloween